Let's get it. Yo, salute. Shout out to everybody already here in the building. Kind of a late coffee and convo. We'll still call it coffee and convo. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider Man. Salute to everybody here in the comment section. I appreciate you guys so much. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Salute Big Mo, Mike Downs, Primos, Van City. I see all my guys. Raider Vengeance is in the building. Robert Hicks, Sean Johnson. Come on, man. CJ is here. Gerardo. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. There's some things we need to talk about here shortly, man. But before we do that, make sure you guys wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button, man. We are almost to 20K, you guys. We can't do that without you guys and your assistance, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to the nation. I appreciate you guys. Hey, man, I drink coffee all day, so it's always a coffee and convo with me, man. You already know what time it is. Shout out to my sis, Erica. I see you in the building. Shout out to my family. Yes, CJ, we are going to talk about this. What's up, King? Salute. Hey, Hobbs, moving back to the slot. This is going to be fun. And JB is really wowing people at camp. We're definitely going to unpack that. Salute to CJ in the building. Shout out to my dog Primos. Love watching the GOAT, bringing that content. You know what I mean? The content. Salute to my guys, man. Ghost Sniper, what's good, King? I see Caleb Allen also, man. Let's get to it. We're almost 200 deep already in the building. Shout out to Raider Rich as well. Okay. A lot of things to talk about, actually. The Raiders have an off day today, you guys. For those who do not know, I know there's a lot of people on Twitter searching, looking for things that's going on today at camp. They have a day today, off today, and they have tomorrow off as well. Back-to-back days for our guys to regroup before they get out there Wednesday back in Henderson, Nevada. But a few tidbits I wanted to talk about, you guys. Nate Hobbs. It looks as though, you guys, he is going back to where a lot of us wanted him to return. For those who didn't get the title on this video, return. It'll make sense here in a minute. But it looks as though he is returning back to the nickel where a lot of us wanted him to go. Third year, Nate Hobbs, corner, is expected to move back to the slot this season. Shout out to our brother Raiders.scout. Rookie Jacorian Bennett and Marcus Peters will play likely on the outside as starters. Brandon Faison is viewed as the fourth corner right now, with Tyler Hall, Amik Robertson, Duke Shelley, David Long Jr., and Sam Webb battling it out for the final two spots. Tyler Hall has been an elite gunner, which could likely push him over the edge. Webb and Shelley have been big supporters in the coaching staff, especially Webb, who's impressed all of camp. Robertson has practices with the first team, but his lack of versatility is limiting him. Once again, shout out to my brother Raiders.scout. If you're not following him yet, make sure to go to Instagram and follow him at Raiders.scout. But yeah, man, I know Vinny B put out an article earlier talking about this. It looks as though our guy will be back in the slot. He will be getting some reps also on the perimeter as well. But I am excited about this, you guys. Two ball hawks and Marcus Peters on the outside when healthy. If he stays healthy, oh my God, this can be this secondary can be for real this year, you guys. Jacorian Bennett already killing it. We already know about the speed out of Maryland, but it looks as though he's already putting it all together at the NFL level. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. I love this DB room right now with Marcus Peters and Trayvon Merrick there at the safety. I mean, Marcus Epps and Trayvon Merrick back there at the safety spots. This can be a very, very well-oiled machine in terms of the corners in the safety room. I love it, you guys. Also, for those who didn't get a chance to see this, kind of interesting, you guys, but Nate Hobbs has also been returning some kicks. Shout out to Hondo. He asked him a question, something I kind of noticed as you're getting a couple reps in at punt returner and kick returner. I know you did a little bit of that in college. Was that an opportunity that was presented to you or something you wanted to try out in training camp? Hondo asked. Hobbs replied, actually, coach, he told me to jump back there. He was like, jump back there, get some kick returns, get some reps. He probably see me catch a pick one day and get nice on my feet and was like, we like him. So he threw me back there. But yeah, I did kick and punt returning in college. So that's something I'm comfortable with and I like to do it. It turns me up for real. When I've got the ball in my hand, it adds to my game. So something to keep an eye on here, you guys. You know, I do believe that DeAndre Carter will be returning the punts. And I do believe that Trey Tucker will be returning the kicks. Or it can go, you know, either way. But I think those guys are going to be the primary, special teams guy when it comes to returning kicks. So I wouldn't really look too much into this, but I'm kind of interested, man, to see Nate Hobbs getting a few reps back there at kick and punt returner. Actually kind of cool. But like I said before, I think DeAndre and I think Trey hold those two slots down, period, point blank. But cool, man, to see a guy like Hobbs that's out there killing it at camp right now, getting different looks, not just in the nickel and not just on the outside, but also in special teams. I missed a few supers, man. Shout out to LT, my dog. We're going 10-7. I would love that. Salute to my guy LT on a $2 donation. I see my brother Cody here in the building. Salute to my Blackout family, man, Blackout Network. If you guys are not subscribed to that channel yet, make sure you also do that. We have some dope things happening this weekend. Stay tuned, you guys. We have some phenomenal work we're going to drop on you guys this upcoming weekend. So stay tuned. I will be with Cody. I will be with my Blackout family all weekend long in Las Vegas. All I'm going to say is don't take your eyes off the channel. We're going to be all over the place, but we got some dope stuff that we're definitely working on, man. Salute to my brother Cody. Shout out to Mike, man. Hobbs coming off the blitz in the game. Say less. I love it, Mike, because we all know this is one of our most willing tacklers on this team. To me, he is my 1A to 1B when it comes to max. I think like those are like the best tacklers that we have on this team. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong now. We got Marcus Epps out there as well. But until, he proves that he can do that in the silver and black, right now it's Max Crosby and it's Nate Hobbs 1A, 1B when it comes to tackling. I'm all for it, man, seeing Hobbs coming off the coming in for off a blitz, man. I would love it. Graham is going to have a field day with Hobbs this year in the nickel, man. Yes, Dorsett's been getting some reps as well, you guys. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet. I see my brother Hammer's in the building. Salute to my little bro. You guys, we have our phone show tomorrow, call-in show. Make sure you guys jump on, call in. One of my favorite shows that we have during the week, man. Salute to Hammer. You guys check us out tomorrow night. Let me see. Yes, JT. Young is back out there. He'll be back out this week, back at camp and getting some reps. You love to see it, man. I want to see him get some reps out there against the Niners, man. I don't know if they're going to throw him out there that fast, knowing that, he's just coming off the pup. But I'm going to be honest. I would love to see Byron Young out there against that Niners team this weekend, but they'll probably be a little patient with him. Just get him through camp this week. And maybe he will get some reps. I don't know, but I think that we'll see a little bit more of Byron Young against the Rams the following week. Salute to my brother JT in the building. Salute to Joe. Graphk, this weight is killing me. Football can't come soon enough. Hope to see you in Vegas this weekend, Joe. I will be out there, my brother. Hit me up. DM me. We're going to be all over the place. I'll let you know exactly where we are. Salute to my dog, Joe. Good news, Docs. Under 100 this weekend. Thank God, because it was 107 out here in Dallas, I believe, yesterday, and it's blazing again today. Hate this shit. Salute to my brother LV. Mehdi, we got to talk about this as well. I'm going to read this little tidbit from this article, you guys, about our rookie Tyree Wilson. I know there's been a lot of questions surrounding our, first round, rookie out of Texas Tech. Everyone knows this offseason he had surgery. He hasn't been out there yet at training camp. He missed OTAs. And at this point, he's still missing reps out there at training camp. However, Let me read this from Albert Breer of SI.com. He wrote about some of the stuff he's been hearing and blah, blah, blah. He says, I'd expect to see first-round pick Tyree Wilson return to the practice field at some point over the next 2 weeks. I'd expect to see the first-round pick Tyree Wilson return to practice field at some point over the next 2 weeks. Wilson is recovering from off-season foot surgery after suffering a pretty serious injury at the end of his time at Texas Tech. You can sense the excitement here over what Wilson will be able to bring to the table when he gets healthy, man. So according to Albert Bray, he's hearing some things at camp, and it looks as though maybe, just maybe, our young rookie will be out there soon enough. And if he's out there in 2 weeks, that means that, he's going to miss the Niners week. He'll miss the Rams. He'll probably just be back getting his footing together the week of the Cowboys. Last game in preseason against the Cowboys. My dog is over here tweaking right now. Move. Tweaking over here, moving the green screen. But he may be back just in time for week 1. So I love it. I love it. I love it. There's an update, you guys. Take it for what, as you may. But Albert Breer has dropped some stuff in the news before. Pretty reputable source, man. So for him to say that, I'm just hoping that everything comes together and nothing limits Tyree from coming back in a few weeks. So there you have it, you guys. An update on Tyree Wilson. Week 1, Denver. I want to see that defensive line at full strength. I want to see him out there with Chan. I want to see him out there with Max. This is going to be very, 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 very fun to watch. This guy is going to be a dominant defensive lineman. I'm telling y'all now. I know it sucks. I know everybody's been kind of just, question marks left and right around our young pup. But when he gets out there and he's ready to go, this dude is going to be a dominant defensive lineman. Let me see, man. Salute to everybody else in the building. Also, I want to talk about something that I'm seeing everybody else trip about once again, about Davante Adams. People are kind of taking this, out of context. They're kind of flipping it again, right? It seems as though for the past year, Davante Adams has been pissed, right? Pissed about Derek Carr, pissed about Jimmy G, pissed about Josh Jacobs, and now, once again, apparently pissed about Josh Jacobs. Now, he actually said this, you guys, out of his mouth. He had an interview, I believe. What was it? NFL.com? I forgot who it was, but I'm going to read this. This is coming from our star receiver himself. Shout out to Yar Barker. Raiders Davante Adams is not happy with absence of key player in 2022. Let me see. Not having him right now is obviously something that I'm not happy with, Davante said. Obviously, he played like the best back in the league last year, which if you ask me, he is the best back in the league. So it's tough not having him at this part of the training camp process, trying to get ready for the season. But we'll see what happens down the line. Hopefully, we can figure something out. It's little stuff like that, man, that lets me know. NFL Network. Thank you, guys. Primos in 1921. Yes, NFL Network. But he said hopefully we find something out. When players are usually disgruntled, right, and they're pissed about their situations and what they got going on with their respective organizations, usually it's, I don't know what they're doing. They have a plan. We just have to rock with it. This, and that. Keyword, we. Let's just see what we are going to do. Yes, anyone's going to be somewhat upset if they don't have their star running back, a guy that led the league in rushing last year, right? And even when he said it, if you guys get a chance to go check out the interview, it is on NFL.com. He wasn't mad. He wasn't upset. His tone was just regular. He was just, they asked him a question about Josh and he spoke about it. But for those who are going on the internet trying to spread these false narratives that he's upset and he's pissed and, that this is strike 2 and when strike 3 occurs, he's going to be demanding a trade outside of Las Vegas. Stop the bullshit. Stop the cap. Sometimes people just need to go actually watch this shit for themselves to actually get an idea of where it's coming from and why it happened. You know what I mean? They asked him a question about Josh Jacobs. He kept it honest, gave a real assessment of the situation. But like I said before, delivery is everything. Tone is everything. He was very calm when speaking about it. And once again, he said, we, when he talked about the Raiders, we. So there you have it, you guys. I wanted to talk about that real quick because every time we see Davante pissed, it's, it's these guys going out here and just creating false narratives and creating false clicks. I mean, to get clicks, for their articles, their YouTube videos, whatever it is they do, right? It's just cap, man. It's cap. You know what I mean? So don't buy into any of the bullshit. Salute to everybody here in the building. Real quick, too, you guys. I have to bring this up. So yesterday, me and Wasted did a show. Shout out to my brother Wasted Talent. Really good show, man. Had a really good time yesterday with you guys, man, and my brother. We talked about our starting right tackle from last year, Jermaine Illuminor, getting reps at the right tackle spot, right? About Mumford getting starting reps at right tackle, and Illuminor getting some reps at the right guard spot, right? Well, Victor Tafer, however you say it, it is what it is, put out a tweet yesterday and said that he's seen Illuminor getting some reps at the right guard spot. Well, Jermaine just came out of nowhere and literally checked Vic Tafer, went straight to the source, which the source is Jermaine Illuminor, and said that was cap. So I have to say this. We talked about it yesterday. I have to kind of, let you guys know my apologies. I read a tweet from Vic Tafer, and we kind of had a conversation about Illuminor potentially, playing at the right guard spot. Well, it looks as though there was no reps at all given to Jermaine at the guard position yesterday. He literally just checked Vic on Twitter. It was a funny exchange. And Vic, said, "Oh, my bad. I must have not knew what I was looking at." You know what I'm saying? So, and he apologized to Jermaine. So this isn't the first time I've seen Vic kind of backpedal from some shit. And I just don't know how you, as a beat writer, right? Or someone that covers this team, being on the sideline, having the luxury, having the, to sit on the sideline and watch this team. Sometimes you have to kind of question, do you know the difference between the guard spot and the tackle position? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're paid to cover this team. Do you not know this guy is in this specific number? This guy is in this specific number. Do you not? I'm a little confused by that. Yeah, Primos. Jermaine replied, "I'm close friends with Jermaine." I loved it, man. Yeah, Primos. It was hilarious, dude. But sometimes you got to question, man. You got to be like, come on, man. But shout out to Vic. He owned it. After Jermaine owned him, but he owned it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to tell you guys, yesterday we had a show, and I know people tend to watch some of the shows late. We did have a conversation about Jermaine Illuminor getting reps at the right guard spot. That was not true. And our source is Jermaine Illuminor. So there you have it, man. Let me see. Yes, got to take care of some of them penalties. And Van, we're going to talk to him this weekend, man, at some point. So I'm definitely going to talk to him about, what that O-line is looking like right now, and definitely want to ask him about, about those penalties. Let me see. Shout out to Kane Town, man, my brother. Funny he got exposed considering how he acted about everybody saying you broke the P. Yeah, it is what it is, Kane. You know how this shit go, bro. You know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my brother Kane Town, man. Anything to fill out a page. There you go, Big Mo. Facts. Yeah, man, but it is real though, you guys. Mumford, our 7th round pick out of Ohio State, actually is getting some reps at the starting right tackle spot. So that is a great thing to hear this early in his development. You know what I mean? I'm excited about Thay Mumford's future, man. I've always said this. I thought he was going to be our future right tackle. So to hear him out there getting live reps, I love it, man. I love it. Shout out to my brother JT, man. Back to the Devante comment. I truly felt it was just as much of a message to Jacobs that he's not happy about all this as it was to the organization. Yeah. And JT, we've heard Devante and Max Crosby, the two leaders in this locker room, say it that they've talked to Josh about trying to get him back in the building for their own selfish ways, right? I mean, who the hell wouldn't want wouldn't want a talent like Josh Jacobs and not even just talent, a great teammate like Josh Jacobs back in the locker room, right? He is a leader, captain last year. You know what I'm saying? They want him back in the building. So I totally understand what you're saying, JT. Kind of a message sent all across the board. But like I said, there was no ill intent. There was no, Devante wasn't screaming at the camera or what, it was complete honesty, relaxed. And like I said before, that was the key word that he used. You need to figure out what we're doing with that. Yeah, Rich. Yes, it sounds as though Aiden O'Connell is looking pretty good out there right now. But, at the end of the day, man, he hasn't played a real down yet. We're going to see what he looks like this weekend when we got the Niners on Sunday. So, I haven't heard about too many mistakes that Aiden O'Connell was made. I really haven't read on anything or talked to anybody that I know that's out there and it's been watching what's going on. I haven't really heard about too many mistakes that Aiden O'Connell was made. You know what I mean? And I've even seen vets kind of saying that, he carries himself kind of like a veteran. You know what I mean? And that's a great thing to see from a first year quarterback that could potentially be a huge grab for us in the future. You know what I mean? So we shall see. But it's always good to hear about your young quarterback doing pretty well in training camp, but no real reps have been, have happened yet. I'm going to reserve my judgment until I see him on the field. But I do believe Aiden's going to look nice out there in preseason. Yeah, Mike, this is facts. Aiden fits the system perfectly. Does anybody remember Matt Castle? Think about it. Yes. A guy that's going to stay in the pocket, as long as Josh asks him to. You know what I mean? And a guy that will take shots. Aiden will take some shots, sometimes to his detriment. You know what I'm saying? But he will take some shots. I think his arm strength is a lot of people don't give him enough credit for his arm strength. And we've already talked about his release. So, I'm excited about Aiden O'Connell. Definitely want to see what he can do, in preseason. Shout out to Mario. Bro, it sounds as though Jacorian Bennett is already taking this team by storm. Picks left and right. He's been talking to Marcus Peters, been leaning on him, getting some wisdom, from the all-pro guy. I keep hearing great things about Jacorian Bennett, man. And I'm excited about this. I truly believe, he's going to be a starter, in year one. You know what I mean? Especially with Hobbs now reverting back to the slot, which we all wanted. I already said that I thought Tyler Hall was going to start in the slot if they put Hobbs in the perimeter. But now with Hobbs there, Jacorian and Marcus Peters, that is a deadly DB room. I like it a lot. Y'all crazy. Let me see. Just needs to sign the tag and give this hold up shit. It's going to happen soon, Caleb. It'll happen soon. But the problem is this, once again, if he holds out until week one, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be real with you. Look, yeah, he's getting paid $10+ million for that franchise tag. But at the end of the day, this regime is not just going to throw Josh Jacobs out there without any real live reps, without any real training camp. You know what I mean? They're not just going to throw him out there. If Zeus goes out there and performs in training camp and really wins that running back one spot, I don't see them just throwing Josh out there come week one. You know what I mean? We've said this before, being in football condition is totally different than being in good shape or being prepared to go. Yes, he's getting his workout on, with him and his team outside of Henderson. But at the end of the day, it's a total different ball game. You know what I mean? With going from that to just being thrown on the football field with pads in a violent game. You know what I'm saying? So I truly believe that he needs to get out there soon, because if he doesn't, he may lose that starting spot. I mean, you never know, man. At some point, he may gain it back if Zeus goes out there and doesn't perform well. And he'll still get his reps regardless. But the thing is, he better go out there and get it now. He better go out there and get it now. Josh is every camp, every day you miss, you're setting yourself back a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that he gets out there very, very soon, man. Salute the elite as always. Families in the building. What do you read as Zeus saying that him and JJ talk frequently, Graphk? I think that that's a beautiful thing, elite. You know what I mean? I think most guys in the NFL in Josh Jacobs' position wouldn't even have wouldn't even provide guidance or have these kind of conversations with the guy that could potentially take his job, or a guy that was potentially drafted to take his spot, right? for him and Josh to talk frequently, that means that Josh is, I love that. That speaks so highly of the kind of teammate that he is. And that's what we're missing. You know what I mean? We're not only missing the best running back in the game last year, we're missing a great teammate, a leader in that locker room. For a guy to be off the field and talking to Zeus like that, a guy that can literally take his job this year, that speaks volumes of what kind of character that Josh Jacobs possesses. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys will be like, look, dude, you come into this league, it's kill or be killed. It's dog eat dog world. You know what I mean? Look, this is my spot. You're not taking it. You know what I mean? And it would be easy for him to talk to him with a new deal, right? It'd be different. If he signed a 3-year deal and a bunch of guaranteed money, and then he talks to Zeus, it'd be a totally different situation. It's like, okay, he got his money. This is his job. It is what it is. But for him to be able to speak to him frequently while he's not even out there, that is dope, man. But, I promise you, though, Elite, he's giving them both sides of the coin. Guaranteed, he's giving them both sides of the coin. He's saying, look, go out there, young pup, and ball out. But he's also saying, this is a business. Learn from me and learn from my situation. This is a business. He's giving them game on both sides. I know it. I already know the way Josh carries himself. He's giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, shout out to Zeus for saying that. And also, man, shout out to Josh Jacobs for being able to put his pride to the side and, and ego to the side and say, you know what, I'm still going to talk to this young kid because he may have a promising future in this league. And I don't want him to have to go through what I went through eventually later on down the line. Let me see. That makes me feel like he will certainly be on the team this year and they might be speaking on how they can dominate together. I would love it. I would love it, man. And, at the end of the day, we've kind of beat this Josh Jacobs thing to death, Elite. But at the end of the day, I think he'll be back soon. I think he will be running back 1 if he gets out there sooner than later. And he'll go out there and be right back to who Josh Jacobs is. You know what I'm saying? But I think he'll take the game will be a lot less violent this year with Josh Jacobs because I do truly believe that they're going to go more running back by committee. Zeus is going to get more than 17 touches this year. You know what I'm saying? Sincere, was on the IR all last year. Number 47 might come out there and get his own, amount of reps. Amir Abdullah is going to get some reps, even though I think he's going to be more active in the passing game. But, look, I'm just excited about this running back room already without Josh Jacobs. But I'm even more excited if he comes back and returns and you add him to that room. It's going to be phenomenal to see a second-year Zeus, Sincere coming back from that, that injury and missing his whole rookie season with Josh Jacobs. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Let me see. Shout out to Creed. I just think at this point, pulling the tag wouldn't be the worst. Love Josh, but he's clearly just a distraction to the players that want to be here. I don't think that. I don't agree with you, Creed. I don't think that Josh Jacobs is a distraction at all. I don't think he's a distraction at all. He went home, took his ball, and went home. He's not on the internet calling out the Raiders every single day. Now, if somebody puts some bullshit out there into the universe, he's going to come out and say that's wrong, right? He's been doing that here and there. But, I mean, he hasn't disrespected or distracted anyone. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's sitting back home and saying, I want my money. And, if this situation, Creed, is distracting any of those players, get rid of them. I'm sorry. Like, if any player in that locker room feels as though this is a huge distraction and it's affecting their game, get their soft ass the fuck out the locker room. I'm sorry. Get them out the locker room. I don't want anybody that looks at this situation as a distraction on my football team at all. You soft. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think he's carried himself, very maturely outside of, a few things, a few hiccups on social media. I mean, shit, he's 25, 26 years old. He's still young. He's going to make, a few mistakes here and there, but I think he's been really quiet. I think he's handled himself like a professional thus far this whole off season with this whole situation. And, his team has, and I think the Raiders have as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a little tit for tat, out there in the media where they, one will say this, the other will say that here and there. It's all a bargaining chip. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, look, Josh has handled himself like a professional. And, I don't think that anyone feels distracted by Josh Jacobs. Shout out to my family, Raider Lux in the building, man. Shout out to you being a member for 19 months. I appreciate you, bro. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. If JJ gets petty, let the Raiders match the energy. Well, I mean, I don't, like I said, Lux, I don't think he's been petty. I don't think he's been petty at all. I don't think the Raiders have really been petty. I just think it's just all bargaining. Business is business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like if the Raiders came out and said, oh, we would have won more games last season without Josh, then now that's petty. That's some other shit. If Josh came out and said, y'all wouldn't have did shit without me last year, we wouldn't have got 6 wins. That's being petty. I think this is just business tactics from both sides of this thing. And I don't think it really has been any petty at all. Let me see. Vince, this is the thing, bro. First of all, you're not going to tell me shit, right? Secondly, I've always gave both sides of the coin with this situation, right? I did say I don't care about the situation anymore. At this point, it's just we've talked about it and beat it. You know what I mean? Like we're sick of it. At this point, we just want Josh Jacobs back or we want him gone, right? Yeah, I want Josh Jacobs. Who the fuck? Like, why wouldn't I want Josh Jacobs to be our running back this year? But at the end of the day, I know how this league goes, and I'm cool with him or without him. Either way, I'm good with either one of them. It's not making my mind up. Why can't I be cool with both sides? Either we keep them, great, or we move on. Cool. At the end of the day, I'm just sick of talking about it. I'm sick of this being in, on Raider Twitter and Raider Instagram, and it's always something, right? It's something. But at the end of the day, like, what do you mean? Like, make my mind up. I've always been literally pro Josh and pro Raiders with this situation. I've never talked shit about Josh in this situation. I've never talked shit about the Raiders. I think that they're both, taking care of them at the end of the day. Nah, Rock, not at all. Not at all. Walter was, played pretty well for us in preseason last year. And come to find out, we were all talking about McCormick, stashing him away on the IR last year to be safe where nobody, it wasn't, he had a real injury. You know what I'm saying, Rock? So Sincere was actually out last year with an injury. I don't think Walter is that good of a running back for us to stash him away. And to be honest, with so many question marks surrounding Josh Jacobs, you would want, Walter to be around just in case, we didn't bring in the likes of I see Hunt going down to New Orleans for a workout, right? We might not even have to step outside the building to go get another running back if we had Austin Walter around. Me personally, this isn't a stash type situation. To be real, Rock, I'm gonna be real. I don't think he's that good of a player to try and stash him on the IR at all. And I think you could have just put him on the practice squad. He would have stuck around regardless. You wouldn't have to protect him or anything. Me personally, that's just how I feel. Blue Splash. Apparently, Albert Breer says that he should be back in the next 2 weeks. And this is coming from him saying that he had, his sources. And to be real, I'm not too shocked. Speaking, with Josh McDaniels speaking at his presser the other day, and kind of in a sarcastic tone, saying when asked, will Tyree be back soon? He was like, I hope so. I'm gonna be real. I heard that, and I was kind of like, it sounds like he knows something that we don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting Tyree back soon. I know a lot of people were being very negative and saying we may not see him till November. I even seen some December talk, or he may even miss his rookie season. I don't believe in any of that. I think he'll be back and be ready to go week 1. And even if he's not ready to go week 1, you guys, we still have Chandler on one side, and we have Max on the other. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, bro, there you go. Preach, Docs. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Shout out to 1970. There you go. Yeah, both sides can be right at the same time. Yeah, I can definitely see that, Rube. I can definitely see that. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Abstract, man. That content. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, bro, if Tyree pans out, it's about to be, that defensive line is about to be cold. Cold. Salute to my dog JT on the $10 special. I know we're excited for tight end 1, but Max whipping him like butter. Till his leverage, technique, and foot speed are NFL level, he should study. Hoop them block the best like Crosby, Mac, Judon. Learn 87. Salute to my dog. No, JT, look, bro, there's certain things in there that I definitely agree with you on. I think Hooper is the veteran, and I think that he's going to get a lot of burn. But I still believe that Michael Mayer is going to be a starter week 1. He's going to be tight end 1. He's a guy that that can block, and he's going to be very, very good in the passing game. I get he's out there getting so-called dominated at this point. By Max. I mean, that's an all-pro talent, all-pro defensive end. I mean, you do want to beat him up a little bit. You want to acclimate him to the game. Like I said before, JT, on the show previously, Max is only going to make Michael Mayer better. You know what I'm saying? He's only going to make Mayer better. So I'm not too worried about it. I still think he is tight end 1 come week 1. I think that Hooper and him will share the field a lot. I'm loving what I'm hearing also, JT, about Jacoby Myers and Hunter Renfrow. I'm hearing right now, and I said this on yesterday's live, that those are two guys that can both play the slot, right? Myers can play on the outside, which he will be wide receiver 2 on the opposite side of Davante Adams. But I'm hearing really good things, man. This team is really starting to shape up on the offensive side of the ball with how Josh, initially envisioned this offense to be those 2 slot guys, Hunter, you know what I'm saying, with Myers, and then you got Trey Tucker in the fold as well with Hooper and Michael Mayer, and then Horsted, which they like a lot, in the passing game. So I'm excited, man. I'm really truly believing that this is really coming together, man. Real talk. We need Jimmy G to be able to go in there and kind of be a game manager, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't need him to go out there and gunsling all over the place and go out there and go, blow for blow with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert and all that shit. Just go out there and play to your strengths. You know what I'm saying? And I think this offense can be really, really good. Let me see. Salute to my brother John, that content. Shout out to my dog, man. Always coming through and blessing the page. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to my dog Lux, man. Both Tillery and Wilson being able to play in and out. I love it, Lux, because we talked about that yesterday, hearing that Tillery is starting to get reps as an edge rusher. That's great because we know he can get to the quarterback. We've seen it. He can get to the quarterback. We just kind of, against the run. You know what I mean? So this is actually exciting to see, them move these guys around. The defensive line is going to be crazy this year because people tend to forget that, you could put Byron Young out on the edge as well. Shit, he's playing some edge rusher at Alabama too, inside and out. There's a lot of these players that you can kick in and kick out. You know what I mean? Shit, Bilal Nichols. You know what I'm saying? The guy that's, played up and down Chicago's defensive line with his time over there. We have a lot of versatility on that D line, and I'm actually really, really excited about it. You know what I mean? Really excited about it. Still worried about the interior. If the edges ball out, it still won't matter in my opinion. And I get it. I get it, bro. I understand. Until we really get that guy in the interior that can play the run well and actually provide some pressure on the quarterback from the interior, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. But I think this year, man, we're gonna get it together. I think once Neil Farrell, is back out there, I think that he could provide some push on that interior. I definitely believe that Byron Young can. With him coming back right on time. I'm excited to see him get some live reps. I don't know what we have with Matthew Butler yet. Year 2 out of Tennessee. But we got some guys, man. Bilal Nichols, another guy that, can provide some push from the inside. So I'm excited, man. I'm not too worried about this interior like previous years. Last year, I was kind of like, what are we doing? Right. And then the year before, it was kind of, and it wasn't a great defensive line. Let's just keep it a buck, right? That playoff year really wasn't, when you had Gerald McCoy out there and, you had Q and a few other guys. But it seemed as though we finally had a little bit of push from the interior. And then last year we kind of took that step back. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's only up from here, yo. I think it's only up from here, Mario. Yeah, man. That was a guy that we talked about a lot. Young, Sidney Brown. Definitely talked about him a lot during the draft process. Philly just had a hell of a fucking draft, man. I get it, JT. I understand. Yeah, CJ, this is facts, bro. That rotation on that D-line is going to be spooky. Yeah, Sean, there you go. Another one, Jordan Willis. Another guy that played inside and outside on that O-line, on that D-line. Definitely, man. A bunch of guys that are very versatile. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, man, hit that subscribe button. I want to tell you guys we have some dope things on the way this week. Stay tuned. Do not miss out on the channel, you guys. Make sure you hit that bell button, hit that subscribe button. We have some dope content on the way. Content this week. Stay tuned. It's going to be fun. And if you're in the Vegas area this weekend, you guys, I'll be out there from Friday till Monday morning. If you're out there, feel free to hit me up in my DM, Twitter, Graphk Raider, Instagram, Graphk916. Hit me up. I'll definitely let you guys know where I am and where we're going to be pushing. We're going to be all over the place out there in Las Vegas. Let me see. Teen says if the D-line, besides Crosby, can step up, we can definitely make that top 10 in defense. Salute the team. That content. Salute to my people in the building, man. Let me see. Shout out to Come On, man. I know some veterans don't really care for preseason, but isn't this very important for rookies to get their reps for in-game situations? Yeah, definitely. It was a shocker that I seen a report that came out today that I think it was ESPN or somebody that said, it came down my timeline that the Saints are going to play Derek Carr and their starters out there in their first preseason game against the Chiefs, I believe. Look, put the young guys out there. I don't want to see any Jimmy G. We already, no. He's coming off an injury. You know what we have with Devante. You know what I'm saying? You know what we have with Jacoby Myers. We know what we have with Hunter Renfrow. There's no need. We know what this offensive line can do when they're clicking on all cylinders. There's no reason to put those guys out there. I want to see, guys like Alex Barrs out there in preseason. I do want to see Moody. I do want to see Moody out there as well. Who else? I want to see Justin Herron out there, right tackle. Put Brandon Parker out there. See what these other guys can do on the O-line. I don't want to see Dylan Parham out there too much. Don't want to see Colton Miller at all. You know what I mean? But, I don't want to see too many starters at all this preseason. Keep those young guys out there. I want to see Michael Mayer. I definitely want to see what he can do, against a bunch of these guys in preseason. I want to see what he can do against the likes of the Niners, the Rams, the Cowboys. I do want to see Trey Tucker out there. Put him out there, see what he can do. Maybe throw DeAndre Carter out there a few times as well. You know what I mean? He's proven in the league, but he's not a proven guy. So put him out there, let him get some reps. Let the veteran Philip Dorsett go out there and work. You know what I mean? I don't even know if he makes this roster. I hope he does. You know what I'm saying? Because, let me just say this. I hope the best guys make the team. I don't know if Philip Dorsett's going to be one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? But he does provide versatility, veteran, speedy guy, speedster, can play on the outside, can return kicks. But I want to see the vets. I mean, either the vets that are past starting and the rookies, right? The young guys, the sophomore guys, and like the vets that kind of at this point over the hill. You're going to see John Jenkins out there getting some live reps at the defensive tackle position. That's no shade to him. It's just he's up there in age. You know what I mean? They want to get him going. You know what I mean? There's going to be some other guys out there that we're going to see. Who else? I'm looking at the one room I'm really worried about in preseason is the linebacker room because shit, most of these guys are starters. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll probably see Curtis Bolton, which I'm hearing he's having a pretty good training camp thus far, right? I'm hearing that. That's crazy, but I'm hearing it. You'll see him. You'll see Drake Thomas for sure, the UDFA. He has to go out there and get some live reps. You'll see Darian Butler, our second-year guy at ASU. But I don't want to see too much Divine Diablo, especially coming back from that injury-riddled year. I don't want to see too much of Robert Spillane. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see these guys. I do want to see Luke Masterson. I definitely do. Our second-year UDFA that looked pretty good for us last year. Yes, McLennan Curtis, definitely Big John. I want to see what my guy can do because I think he can be that future right guard for this team. I would love in the future for that right side of that line to look with Mumford at right tackle and McLennan Curtis at right guard. I think that would be an exciting right side of your O-line. Oh, I like that. I like that, Ray. That's not A name that you haven't really heard too much about this offseason, Jaden Grant, right? Our UDFA. Okay. I like that. Shout out to Ray, man. I like that. I definitely like that. Shout out to JT, man. Got a jet room, leaving you with the Alabama. Oh, my God. Let me get JT out of here, bro. I'll be happy if we keep Tyler Hall. That kid looks solid. We'll definitely keep him. We already signed him to a 1-year extension. Young Tommy, pretty early in the process. He'll definitely be here. Whether it's a special teams gunner, you know what I'm saying, or getting some time in the slot, he'll definitely be out there. A guy that played really well for us last year. Also super happy that Mumford turned out good. I was really rooting for him. O-line looks much better. Yes, 74, 66, 68, 72, 77 seems legit. Shout out to my dog Tommy in the building, man. Oh, yeah, Alex, you know Amari Burney's definitely going to get some looks too. Reese, same thing. Yep, definitely. I want to see Chris Smith out there as well. Definitely want to see Chris Smith. I'm excited to see what our rookie out of Georgia is going to look like out there at the safety spot. I want to see Palomau out there too. Start those two guys at the safety spot. Put Chris Smith and Palomau. That may be your future years down the line. That may be your strong and free of the future. Put Palomau, you know what I'm saying, and Chris Smith out there and see what those guys can do during preseason. I'm excited. I'm excited about that. You'll also see Roderick Teamer, you know what I'm saying, go out there and get some reps as well, probably in preseason, because he's not just a special teams guy. He can play he can play safety as well. Shout out to Rube. Bilal proved to be better than the 2021 DTs when he was in Chicago. Hopefully he gets back to that and these young guys step up. Nesta Jade is him. Another thing, Rube. So from what I'm hearing, I said yesterday that I heard that he was doing some good things at camp, right? But from what I was told, it was the second and third string, string guys. I heard that Nesta Jade was actually getting some reps with the starters. I was hearing that he was actually getting some reps with the starters. So, man, that could be definitely a steal right there out in the seventh round out of Arizona State. Nesta J he's Himothy for sure. But it sounds as though he's gotten some live reps with the starters. So, hey, man, I'm excited about that. Yeah, Rabe, I'm definitely looking at Sam Webb as well. They love him. They really like his game a lot. Shout out to my dog Hawk, man. Kuntz gone. Plant Jr. going to take his spot. Coleman. And I think we've been talking about that for a while, Hawk. You guys know how I feel about Malcolm Kuntz. I was high on him coming out of Buffalo, but Adam Plant, man, is making some noise. It seems as though every day I'm hearing something about his name in the media, and I'm hearing his name from a bunch of respected people that I know that cover the team out there. You know what I mean? Or in close proximity of the team. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. I definitely think that Adam Plant takes that edge rusher spot from Malcolm Kuntz. Let me see. Love it. I love Epps and Mary too. And I'm hearing that they're very close right now. And I can't talk about it. Just keep an eye out, you guys. This weekend. Something may happen. Let me see. Reese, most exciting game to watch. Frisco or the Rams, the best prospects. Well, did you guys see that? The Rams re-signed John Johnson today. They re-signed him after a few years in Cleveland. He's right back in LA with the Rams. They just signed him to a 1-year deal. He's back in LA. I don't know if he's going to get any looks like that in preseason, but I'm more excited about, the Raiders and Niners, you know what I mean, Reese, because I'm from Northern California. So, I grew up amongst that rivalry. So I'm more excited about the first game, seeing what these young guys got this weekend. Mario, Adam Plant Jr. Salute to everybody here in the building, you guys. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to my dog Rube. He got that Marcus Peters swag already. Peters, Crosby, and Nesta Jade all have that shit talking swagger that is going to turn up this defense this year. This is facts. Facts. Nesta J definitely got that. Shout out to Elite. If you look at Nesta's film, how his violent at point of attack and has heavy and violent hands, a real disruptor. This is facts. A guy that can play the run really, really well and could potentially get you 3 sacks, 4 sacks a season, potentially. I'm more along the lines of like a sack and a half, maybe 2, you know what I'm saying? But he is really, really good against the run. Gerardo, I do think that Roderick Teamer makes this team as a special teams guy and like an emergency safety. He really is actually a really good special teams player. So I think Roderick Teamer definitely makes the team. Q, I missed it, brother. My apologies, my brother. Let me see. I did not see your super. Shout out to my brother Q. Boom. One of the UDFAs I projected to make the 53 man is balling. Jaden Grant, safety from Oregon State with 2 picks. Yeah, we was just talking about him a second ago, Q. I like that we're talking about players that aren't really getting too much shine, right? And to be real, I think that room is already really deep, Q, pause if necessary. And I think that they may want to be as quiet as they can with Jaden Grant. They may want to Palomal him this year. You know what I mean? Keep it quiet, tuck him away on a practice squad. And, maybe he gets some burn later on down the line when a guy goes down or whatever. I just think the safety room is already so deep. You know what I'm saying? With Merrick, with Chris Smith, with Palomal, Marcus Epps. I don't know where the reps are going to come from. And Chris Smith as well. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Jaden Grant, I just don't know where he fits in, with what we got going on at this point. But if he continues the ball, hey man, you want the best players out there, right? You want the best players on the field. But I just don't. I've been hearing good things about him, but I don't know where he fits in the grand scheme of things. It'd be kind of smart to just keep it quiet on him and just tuck him away on that practice squad and kind of groom him, develop him a little bit, see what he has another year or two down the line. Blue, I've actually heard pretty good things about Dalton Wagner as well at right tackle. 6'9", you know what I'm saying? I've heard, some pretty cool things about him. I mean, it's been really actually pretty quiet with most of the UDFAs. I heard some good things about McClendon Curtis. I heard some things about Jalen Grant. I've heard a few things about Dalton Wagner, but that's another guy that I think is a development talent. He's a development. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to develop him. He'll go on the practice squad and we'll see what we have from him, next year or another year down the line. You know what I mean? I definitely think that they got him as a UDFA because of the measurables. He played really well at Arkansas too. Don't get it wrong. Like, this dude was a dog on that O-line. But I think he's more of a developmental kind of project. You know what I mean? And they're going to keep him around and see what they can get out of him later on down the line. Let me see. Any word on who is struggling? I mean, it's early. You know what I'm saying, Mario? So, shit. Who has struggled so far? I mean, Jimmy G has had his spurts. You know what I'm saying? We can't, not address the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? He's threw several picks in camp, you know what I mean? But it's, perfect time to get those, out your system. You know what I'm saying? But haven't really heard too much about Britton Brown. I know he was injured. He dealt with an injury the other day. Haven't heard too much about him. It's some of the players that I'm not really hearing too many things about. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? One thing also, Duke Shelley and David Long Jr., 2 guys that really haven't gotten that many reps because they've been out. Those are 2 guys that maybe I'm struggling with. You know what I'm saying? Is where is Duke Shelley and where is David Long Jr.? You know what I mean? Let me see. Yeah, and it has been fairly quiet on the Chris Smith front, John, to be honest with you. It has, but I've heard of, a few things, but yeah, it's been fairly quiet. It's still early, you guys. It's still very, very early. Let's get a preseason game under our belts, and then we can kind of talk about it after that. But I will go with Duke Shelley and David Long Jr. because, and also Neil Farrell, guys that have been hurt and haven't really been out there getting reps. It's crazy to think that we're hearing these DBs are balling right now at training camp, and Duke Shelley and David Long Jr. haven't been out there. Webb has had a really good camp apparently as well. William, I'm gonna hold off on that. I've seen those comparisons, but I'm definitely gonna hold off on that. I do not want to make it seem as though Jacorian Bennett is already one of the best corners in the league, because Jair Alexander out of Green Bay is definitely one of the best corners in the league. So I'm going to pump the brakes on that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna say this: just hearing good things from him, the speed element, hearing that the veterans are speaking highly about Jacorian already is a very, very good sign that good things are coming with Bennett. But I'm gonna pump the brakes on the NFL comp. Shout out to my dog William. Yeah, it's been really quiet on that as well, Lee. I haven't heard too much about Jordan Willis. Shout out to my dog Jason. Appreciate you, brother. Comps on rookies are pipe dreams. There you go, John. Facts. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Appreciate you guys for rocking. Shout out to Tony, man. What's your bold prediction on a team? On a team we should beat, but we lose. In a team we shouldn't, but we win. Okay. That's a good question, Tony. That is a good question. I'll say this. A team that we should beat, but we lose to. I'll put a shocker out there. Okay? A shocker out there. A team that I think we should beat clear, but we may take the L. I'm gonna go Green Bay. I know that sounds crazy. I still think that we beat them. I think we beat them. But I'm gonna go Green Bay. I think that's a team that I have us beating. But I can see, look, Jordan Love has looked pretty good at training camp. I've actually been watching some of his film out there and kind of checking little stuff from them. I've been watching every team that we're facing this year. So I try to catch as much as I can. It looked like Jordan Love's having a pretty good training camp. And, he already has that kind of, with Romeo Doubs and those young receivers. Maybe Green Bay, a team that we should, that maybe I think we shouldn't be, is probably Kansas City. I think we get one from them. I do. I think we can get one from them. Why not? I think we can get one from them, or maybe even travel to Miami and beat them. He said, "Come on, Rogue. After watching highlights about Sincere and hearing good things from Mal Shilmore, I'm excited to see him go off." Yeah, man. I've been really, really excited about this upcoming preseason game because I want to see my guy go out there and get some reps. Shout out to my dog Marco, man. I don't think Kuntz will make it. I was watching his media availability. Yes, we talked about that the other day. He barely said anything of note, and when reporters asked questions, his body language wasn't good either. Facts. He looked defeated. He looked defeated, Marco, and he looked like he was ready to get the hell out of there. Definitely. Shout out to my dog Max, man. As always, we should beat Detroit but lose to them. See, I think it's the other way around. We should lose to KC, but we get at least one on them. I think Detroit's another game that people look, bro. They were 9-8 last year. Didn't they end the season on like an 8-game winning streak or some crazy shit? Like they won a ton of games at the end of the season last year. They built that defense up even more. At one point, that offense was just flying on all cylinders. So let's not act as though Detroit's not the better team at this point, Max. Can't say that. I don't think we should beat Detroit. If we go into Detroit, where it's already a rough place to play, and beat them, I don't think we should. Technically, right now, we're going off of what happened last year, their draft this year. Detroit's the better team, man. I know people don't want to hear it, but that's just facts. It is what it is. 9-8 last year. They got their starting quarterback returning again year. Was it year 2, year 3 now? Some along those lines. I think maybe year 3 since coming over from the Rams. They're a good team. They have a sneaky good defense now. They went out and got a ton of guys in free agency. They drafted really well. They got David Montgomery, and they went and got Gibbs in the first round, the running back out of Alabama. Man, look, man, shit. They got a linebacker that I was high on in this draft. Look, Detroit's gonna be good. They're winning that division. They're winning that. They're gonna get Green Bay out of here, Minnesota out of here, the Bears out of here. They're gonna win that division. I think they're gonna win it clear too. Jack Boy, 29, going to be a Pro Bowler in the future. I like that. Jack Boy. Rube says, Sincere McCormick might be Chris Warren. Going to lead the preseason in rushing and get cut so we can keep special team ace wasted Bolden. Salute to my dog, Rube, bro. That shit is funny. Aaron, yes, I will be at the Raiders and Niners game. I definitely will be there. Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson, man. He's a beast, AJ. Yep. And they went and got my guy, Jack Campbell, man, out of Iowa. He's going to be a dog for them. And Mario, I think we have it now. I finally think that we have it. I think that we finally have that defense that's going to go out there. Like I've said since day one, when I found out that Marcus Peters may be a Raider, I said that kind of electricity, that kind of playmaking, that shit is it is contagious. You bring in a guy like Marcus Peters, that's going to make everybody on that defense better, especially the DBs, the corners, the safeties. It is very, 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 contagious to watch a guy like him go out there and continue to make plays, especially at his age. I mean, that should have Jacorian excited, Nate Hobbs excited. That should have a lot of these guys just trained to go. Shout out to John, man. 2022 saw the Raiders with 12th ranked offense and 28th ranked defense. Where do we fall when all the cards are played this year? Prediction. I'm going to go I'll stick around the same. You know what? Nah, I'm going to go because we had a number 12 offense last year with Derek Carr struggling. I'll go number 9, number 10 offense. I'll go top 10 offense. I'll go top 10 offense. I'm gonna be realistic. You know what I mean? Until they do anything on the field, I'm not gonna just completely buy in. I'm gonna go 17th defense, which is great from what we're accustomed to. 17th defense, 9-10 offense. 9-10 offense, 17-18 defense. Let me see. Salute to my dog, John, man. Great question. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building. Ali was going to say, there you go. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody. We kind of covered everything, you guys. Coming up on an hour right now. I just wanted to come shoot the shit with you guys for a little while. Talk about Tyree Wilson. According to Albert Breer, he should be back here in the next 2 weeks. That means around the time we play the Los Angeles Rams. So he should be back at camp, or he should make his triumphant return, well, not even that shit. His introduction, let's just say that, should be soon. 2 weeks is cool with me. They're still being very patient with our first round pick. Wanted to kill the whole narrative of Davante Adams being pissed about Josh Jacobs. Anybody in their right mind would be upset that one of their best players is not there at camp. But people, context, tone, delivery, certain words that are used to provide context. Don't look too deep into it. Don't take what other people throw into the universe and do your homework on your own. Go to NFL.com. Check out the interview. It was nothing but positivity from Davante Adams. Also, Nate Hobbs, it looks as though he will be returning to the slot, you guys. I love it. I think he will be an all-pro here soon in the slot. And also, he's returning some kicks, punts, and kick returns, which he hasn't done since his time in Illinois. So what else do we have? We have one more thing, I believe, right? No, that was it. With that being said, you guys, if nothing happens today, which we have a day off, we'll be off today and tomorrow. Unless I just get the guys together and shoot the shit and have some fun. I'll be back tomorrow night. Me and Hammer will be doing our call-in show. I believe 10 o'clock. Was it 10 o'clock Eastern? No, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, OakLosVegas.com. Go get your drip. Go get your clothes. Got some new stuff on the website. Also, if you want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support the channel. And once again, Vegas, I'll be out there this weekend, and we got some dope things in store. Salute to you guys, man. As always, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm out. One.
Tyree